Silver is the biggest opportunity I have ever seen, bigger than real estate, bigger than anything else. And silver, as we're talking today, 2008, is about $15 an ounce. Mm-hmm. There's less than 10-year supply worth of silver on planet Earth. The difference between gold and silver is gold is hoarded, silver is consumed. Silver is an industrial precious metal. It is used in cell phones, telephones, computers, electric lights, everywhere. The more information age we become, the more we use silver. And what Michael is saying is that stockpile is at all-time lows, and they're not discovering much more. Poland has about 25% of the world's silver, so you know, you can buy real estate silver in Poland. You know, but anyway, so when people say,
Mexico too.
Yeah, where am I investing? I say, I'm investing in the world. I say, what do you mean by that? It says, I'm investing in a metal that is consumed throughout the world. So I haven't, and I buy a little gold, but I've been buying silver. Kim and I have been buying silver since it was about $4 an ounce. And we stockpile it, we buy ETFs, we buy anything we can in that stuff. And then, you know, it was, what, $7? Then all of a sudden now it's 15, and we're just watching it. It is not crystal ball. You know, it is not about, you know, the stuff on television. It is pure supply, demand, economics, fundamentals. As I said, there's 2 billion people wanting the Western lifestyle. 2 billion people wanting cell phones, computers, electricity, lights, all of this stuff. So I look at it as $15 an ounce. Oh, I think I'll wait. Well, I remember when it was $3 and $3.50, then $3.70, then $4, and then I said,
yep,
the bottom had been hit. The thing is trending up, and it just keeps going. Right?
I bought at $4, and I got into the business of selling gold and silver just because I knew that the cycle had changed.
I just want to say too. I think it was interesting. We were in Poland. And Robert's saying, people are saying, well, we're in Poland now, and real estate is really high, and Robert's been talking about silver, and Poland silver supply is like 20 to 25% of the world's silver is in Poland, and they're like, yeah, but what should we invest in? We're like, silver. Yeah, but what? I don't. How? What? You know, what, silver? It was like it's right in front of them. A lot of times it's just right in front of them, but they just couldn't see it.
That's one of the things, too. You can buy it and you can take it home. It can't go bankrupt on you. You can't have a labor dispute or Enron accounting. It's just this super simple thing. You buy it now. You sit on it for 5 years. I don't know how long it's going to take, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. We could be going into a currency crisis right now. There was a trend line for gold where it was going up very smoothly and the price hit this trend line. It changed a little bit in 2005. I was hoping that we would drop back to the 750 area or so by February and touch this trend line. If we don't, we've established a new trend line that's extremely steep, which would give us maybe $1,500 to $2,500 gold by the end of this year. And that says that we're beginning a currency crisis. Precious metals are the only investment class where their bull market can go from stage 1 to stage 3, and it's called a currency crisis. And you could see gold anywhere from $5,000 to actually trillions, quadrillions, sextillions of dollars per ounce.
It depends on how hard the dollar and the euro and the loonie and the Aussie dollar.
They create them all now by doing this. They just type them into a computer, the dollars. They don't have to print them anymore. It used to be that you had to mint coinage to expand the currency supply. Then you had to print paper to expand the currency supply. But now all you do is you add zeros to it. Just and boom, you know, it's 10 times.
They don't even have to print this trash anymore.
Right.
It's electronic. That is how fast it's going to hit people. If you can understand that, that's why it's information age, not industrial age. And so all those, I feel for them, hoping the government's going to pay, you know, like, who's going to win? You know, is it Hillary? Is it Obama? Is it Mitt Romney? I mean, they can't do a thing about this. It's too late. It doesn't matter. What matters is how smart you are now. If you think these guys are going to save your family, I think you're in for a sad, rude awakening. Because we've been here before. 1933, a man named Adolf Hitler was elected to Chancellor of Germany. The reason was because the Reichsmark, the Weimar government had printed too many of these Reichsmarks. Today, George Bush and Bernanke and those guys, they don't even have to print the stuff. And it's a global problem, not a German problem. And it has happened throughout history.
Yeah. In 1919, at the end of World War I, the German mark, the price of gold in Germany was 110 marks an ounce. By November 23rd of 1923, it was hundreds of trillions, and a single silver dollar was $1.6 trillion. And trillion marks, yes. And when gold was just going vertical in the midst of their hyperinflation, where people's...
What year was this again?
This was 23. It was November of 23 when they finally went into the death throes of the
This is
mark.
the German economy.
Yeah. The final week of that hyperinflation, and this is when fear is gripping the nation. The middle class has been wiped out. The value of the currency is changing on a daily basis. Things are 2, 3, 4 times more expensive tomorrow than they were today. It's said that you could drink a bottle of wine at dinner, and the following day the empty bottle, the deposit for it, was worth more than the bottle of wine. There were accounts in 1919 you could retire on 50,000 marks. By 1923, they closed the accounts and didn't even bother sending you the money back because a postage stamp was more than 50. It was several hundred thousand marks. In the final week of November of 1919, when they were in the midst of this currency crisis, that's when Hitler gave his beer hall putsch, that's where he made his name. That's where the public first recognized him. And it wouldn't have been possible for him to come to power if they didn't have that fear to play on.
Throughout history, the only thing that brings stability back into the currency is a strong, charismatic leader. I'm afraid Ron Paul is not our boy. He ain't going to do it.
Right.
I don't think Hillary can do it.
It's a shame,
I don't think
too.
Obama can do it. I don't think Romney can do it, because this is beyond the borders of this country. And the middle class will probably be wiped out in America.
So here's what I'm betting on for 2008. Whoever becomes president is going to continue the deficit spending. They're going to continue. This whole generation right now are like a whole bunch of children. They just want it right now, and they spend and charge up the credit cards. When you buy a home or sign a credit card name, you're expanding the currency supply of the United States. The bank didn't loan you any dollars. Those dollars are just a book entry that they add. It's part of fractional reserve banking. When somebody gets foreclosed on, when they file bankruptcy, those dollars that were created magically go poof back into money heaven, and the currency supply contracts. I think somewhere on this big inflation, we're going to have one deflation that it'll wipe out people that are too highly leveraged, that don't have any gold or silver.
Or cash flow.
Yeah, so I think during this cycle, the savers are going to be wiped out, the spenders are going to be wiped out. It's the people that have balanced arcs. If you read Rich Dad's Prophecy, and Robert talks about building an ark in there, you've got to have a balanced ark. He talks about having cargo in your hold that's balanced. And if you've got something that's going to perform well, I don't think we're going to have a deflation for very long. It would be very short-lived. Ben Bernanke would just hit the accelerator on the printing press, floor it, and try and get us...
And the European central banks already prove they're going to flood the market with this.
Those are fake $1 million bills, and they're going to be reality.
Well, aren't you here? They've already shown their hand. They've already played their hand.
Yeah.
They're going to not